I am one of those people excited as we are one step closer to the kickoff of the new NFL season. Teams finding out who and where they will play this year tonight. Now, a lot of eyes will be on the Bears right from the start with new quarterback Caleb Williams and a loaded offense when they take on the Tennessee Titans in Week 1 at Soldier Field. He will get the chance to take on division rival Green Bay this year, first in Week 11 at Soldier Field, and then again in the final week of the year, Week 18 up in Lambeau Field. Now, with a superstar like Caleb Williams coming to Chicago, the Bears get their chance to play in the spotlight on primetime, facing off against the Houston Texans in Week 2 right here on WREX, the Minnesota Vikings in Week 15 on Monday night, and the Seattle Seahawks in Week 17 on Thursday night. Some other important games to note for the Bears this year. The Bears fans feeling extra thankful as they travel to Detroit to play the Lions on Thanksgiving. It's been a while since those two teams have met up on Thanksgiving. Should be a fun one there. The Bears also travel overseas this year to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. They meet up on October 13th in London, the day after my wedding too, so should be a lot to celebrate that weekend. DJ Moore faces off against his old squad Carolina in Chicago Week 5, and they travel to last year's NFC champ San Francisco Week 14. And as for the Packers, they look to return to the playoffs after a second-place finish in the NFC North last year. Jordan Love and company opening up against the Eagles in Brazil Week 1. Will then meet up with last year's division champs Detroit on November 3rd in Week 9, and again in Detroit on December 5th in Week 14 on Thursday night. Former Packer, now Viking, Aaron Jones makes his return to Green Bay in Week 4 on September 29th. The Packers then head to Minnesota Week 17 on December 29th. The Packers get their fare of primetime matchups as well. That Week 14 game is a stretch of 4 primetime games the Packers play, playing the Dolphins on Thanksgiving night, the Seahawks on Sunday night in Week 15, and the Saints on Monday night in Week 16. Now, like I mentioned, the Packers head to Brazil to take on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles Week 1 right here on WREX. The Packers host the 49ers in Lambeau on November 24th. Might be a little bit chilly there, and the Packers, they have a perfectly placed bye week coming up on Week 10. The Packers should be a fun team to watch this year, and should be fun matchups to watch on Sunday Night Football as well right here on WREX all season long. Starting with the Ravens and the Chiefs, the kickoff game. Buffalo and Baltimore meeting up in Week 4. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets play twice, Week 7 against Pittsburgh and Week 11 against the Colts. The 49ers and Bills should be a great one there in Week 13, and an NFC showdown Week 16 as the Bucs head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.